Okay, so since Veronica and Sixer came out and also Slasher got reworked and also 1X, I figured I'd update my Forsaken character tier list. So anyway, let's start with Sheletsky. Sheletsky's still S tier. He's the most basic survivor in the game, but he's also the most well-rounded. You got stun and heal. You can never really go wrong with Sheletsky. Speaking of heal, we got Elliot. Elliot's still cracked. You can never go wrong with healing, especially with a speed boost to get away from the killer. That's great. Noob is going in D tier. I'm sorry. Like he's got good survivability, and that's the point. But like, he's boring. What do you do with Noob? Same with 0077. Like I consider fun a factor here, and I don't think there's any fun with them. Maybe with 0077. I'll move him out to C. But not with Noob. Noob, in my opinion, is just kind of bad, like a B tier. If I remove my bias, then boom, they're both B tier. So I guess we'll stick with B tier. Veronica. Veronica was broken on release. I remember that. But right now, I'd say she's 18. She's not too overpowered, and you got good mobility. You can get away from the killer. You can do that. She's definitely better than the other two survivalists. I'll say that much. Right, Guest. See, I know. He's my main. I love Guest, but he's way too like killer dependent, luck dependent, skill dependent. Like if you're dependent on that many things to be good, you're just not a good character. So yeah, Guest stays in C tier. Two time. I'm gonna go two time A. He's not Sheletsky. I mean, you think he'd be on par with Sheletsky. He's got heal and a stun, just like Sheletsky, but it's a bit more dependent on backstabs. And you can't always land a clean backstab. Sometimes the killer just turns around and shift lock. So yeah, A tier. Dusaka, my boy. Dusaka also got a slight rework after the last time. He can now move when doing the shields. And he can move when doing the zap. I think that was also a rework. Anyway, God, this is tough. He's B. Actually, in terms of support, I don't think there's a bad support. So I'll go A. He's got a lot of weaknesses, especially since he's a walking target for the killer. And unlike Elliot, he doesn't actually have a way to get away from the killer. He's just kind of stuck there. You have to stamina manage to even survive with Dusaka most of the time. But other than that, he's a great support, so A tier. Chance. I know I put Guest low because he's luck dependent, but Chance is better than Guest. I'll go B tier. You got a range stun over a close range block and then your stun. With Chance, you get a range stun, which is much more effective and safe. I'll stick with B tier. With Taff, I'll go B. His traps are decent. Actually, I'll go C for Taff. Like you can have the traps behind walls and specifically the trip mine. You can catch killers off guard. But if any killer knows what they're doing, they're not gonna walk into a Taff trap. So D, I feel like, because like with every other character, even with Guest, if the killer knows what they're doing, you can still somewhat hold your own. But with Taff, you're just kind of screwed if they know what they're doing. They'll click every single trap you put down. Builderman's S tier. I don't think I need to explain that. He's Builderman. You get a turret which slows down the killer and then healing. Oh, never go wrong with Builderman. He has the same problem as Dusaka, where if he's chased, he's screwed. If he doesn't have a building, at least. But he's overall more helpful than Dusaka. Less helpful than Elliot, more helpful than Dusaka. I'll move the tier list like that. Sheletsky's not the best in the game. I think Elliot's the best in the game in terms of survivors. Then Builderman, then Sheletsky. For A tier, Dusaka, Veronica. Two time. For B tier, I'll put Chance above the two survivalists. And then I think 007 is better than Noob. And that's it for survivors. For killers, we've got Slasher here, Mr. New costume and everything. Oh, Slasher's tough. He's like Sixer. You get loop, and you don't have any. You have Raging Pace, but then they're just gonna switch their looping spot if you use Raging Pace. He's good though. B feels a bit dirty. I'll go A. Same with Cool Kid. Cool Kid and Slasher are in the same vein, I feel. Cool Kid's more versatile. Like you have a range attack, you have a high damage, you have minions. So I'll put him above Slasher, like that. Then Noli, you can do a lot with Noli. And Noli's not weak. I feel like none of the killers are actually weak. They're all either A or S. But I'll go A above Slasher. He's definitely better than Slasher. I don't know about Cool Kid though. It's really interchangeable. I'll go Noli above Cool Kid because Noli's abilities are just Cool Kid's abilities on crack. So that feels fair. John Doe, recently buff Trapper. I'm gonna go B. Personally, I don't think John Doe's all that strong. Like, I get you can trap people and that's the whole point, but he doesn't feel like as much of a powerhouse as the other three. I know that's not saying a lot because he's supposed to be a trapper. He's supposed to not be a powerhouse, but God, I don't know. Just feels so much weaker. It's very map dependent as well. Like if you get an open map, you're just screwed with John Doe. You can't do anything. You just have to chase them, put spikes down. Onyx after the rework is S tier. Absolutely. Yeah, there's no debate there. He can move now while forgot what the ability is called. When you poke your eye, you can move when doing that now. And entanglement pulls them in now. Oof. 6 is going C tier. Again, like Guess, you get a really good Sixer, he's a menace, but the average player playing Sixer, nah, it's not menacing. You get extra time, sure, but you get loop. Sixer's a fat character. He's gigantic. You have to go in first person and third person all the time. It's like the 5 more Shaletsky's skin. It's a constant nerf because half of your screen is just blocked off. So, yeah, I think C tier is appropriate. Right, let me do some final adjustments. Like that. Like that. Actually, I'll put Slasher on B. I'm changing my mind on Slasher. I'll swap Slasher and John Doe. Because I feel like I'm going to get a lot of hate if I put John Doe in B tier. That's for Slasher. The lack of ranged attacks really puts him down. Like, he gets looped so easily. And like I said, Raging Pace, well, they'll just change the looping spot. You're still screwed. So, yeah. This is my final tier list on the new Forsaken meta. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.